WYC Grousbeck reveals sale of the Celtics. A huge twist is about to shake the foundations of the Boston Celtics. The title defense season is just weeks away from starting, but behind the scenes, something even more monumental is happening. WYC Grousbeck has announced the sale of the team. Yes, you heard that right. The team's governor revealed that his family has made a decision that could forever change the direction of the most historic team in the NBA. Who will take over? In an exclusive interview with the Boston Globe, Grousbeck shared details about the future of the Celtics and the sale process, which is in full swing. According to him, after months of intense preparations by banks and financial advisors, the auction for potential buyers is about to begin. It took some time for our consultants to review all the financial and business data of the team, as well as all the management. Now, we are finally ready to begin discussions with interested parties, and the bidding process will start next month, Grousbeck told journalist Adam Himmelsbach. How much is Boston's pride worth? Brace yourself. The estimated value for this monumental transaction is between $5 to $6 billion. That's right. The first part of the deal involves the sale of 51% of the Grousbeck family's stake, scheduled for the 2024-25 season. The remaining share will be negotiated by 2028, meaning a new era for the Celtics is fast approaching. The burning question is, who will be the new owner of this basketball giant? So far, no buyers have been confirmed, except for the name of co-owner Steve Pagliuca, who could also step into the picture. But, according to Grousbeck, everything will be done fairly and openly, without giving any advantage to current owners. We've worked together for the past 22 years and remain a strong team, which is quite rare in the business world. Steve was instrumental, even bringing Danny Ainge into management, which became a glorious moment in Celtics history. However, despite our long partnership, the process will be open to any bidder. There are no special rights for anyone, Grousbeck revealed. What's next for the Celtics? The future of the Boston Celtics has never been more uncertain, but one thing is guaranteed: change is on the horizon. With the regular season set to kick off on October 22nd in an epic showdown against division rival New York Knicks at TD Garden, fans are on edge. Could this be Grousbeck's last year at the helm? Who will be the new figure tasked with leading this legendary franchise back to the top? A new chapter is about to be written for the Celtics. The only question that remains is, who will be the author? The new proof of brilliance in the Jrue Holiday trade. If you thought the Celtics trade for Jrue Holiday was already a masterstroke, get ready for yet another irrefutable proof of it. Malcolm Brogdon's most recent injury only reinforces how smart this move by Boston's management truly was. Ever since they secured the title, no one has questioned the Boston Celtics' decision to bring in Holiday. He impacts every aspect of the game and has shown himself to be extremely durable. Something that, unfortunately, can't be said about the players traded to acquire him. Another injury. As if Robert Williams' injury wasn't enough of a reason to breathe a sigh of relief about the trade, now it's Malcolm Brogdon's turn to get injured again. According to Josh Robbins of The Athletic, Brogdon injured his shooting hand during practice, highlighting the pattern of risks the Celtics avoided by trading him. In Boston, no one is happy about Brogdon's new injury. Despite not liking being the sixth man, he embraced the role and shone so brightly that he won the Sixth Man of the Year award in 2023. However, despite his undeniable talent, his physical vulnerability only reinforces that the trade for Holiday was the right choice at the perfect time. The high risk of keeping Brogdon. As talented as Brogdon and Williams are, having both on the roster meant running a huge risk of seeing them sidelined due to injury. Last season, the two played only 45 combined games for Portland, and they may start the next season on the bench, injured once again. Can you imagine that on a team vying for the title? You can't take such a high gamble on players with that injury history. And this is exactly where Jrue Holiday comes in. Besides being an incredible upgrade to the Celtics' backcourt, Holiday doesn't carry the injury curse. There's no need to say if he can stay healthy when discussing his impact on the game, unlike the former Celtics who were traded for him. Of course, the Celtics could have won the title with Brogdon and Williams on the team, but their recurring injuries since the trade prove exactly why Boston didn't want to risk it any longer. Instead, Boston opted for less risk and greater reward by betting on Holiday. And the result? Here they are, once again top favorites for the title. 3 crucial lessons from the Celtics after a dominant start. The 2023-24 season promises big things for the Boston Celtics. But one thing we can't forget is that despite dominating the league, they never managed to beat the Denver Nuggets. However, it seems revenge came during the preseason when the Celtics traveled to Abu Dhabi and secured 2 consecutive victories against last season's champions as part of the NBA Abu Dhabi Games. It looks like history is set to repeat itself, but with even more intensity. In their preseason debut, the Celtics exceeded last season's average with an avalanche of 3-point attempts. They took no less than 61 shots from beyond the arc, making 20 of them. To give you an idea, the Celtics had never attempted 63-pointers in a single regular season or playoff game before. Even though it's just preseason, this insistence on long-range shooting shows a clear plan of how the team intends to be aggressive in this area. The Celtics aren't shying away from the 3-point shot. You already knew the Boston Celtics love shooting threes, right? Last season, they led the league with an impressive 42.5 3-point attempts per game, far above the Dallas Mavericks, who were second with 39.5. And it seems the trend will continue, but with even more intensity. In their preseason debut, the Celtics exceeded last season's average with a barrage of 3-point attempts. They took 61 shots from beyond the arc, hitting 20 of them. To put that in perspective, the Celtics had never attempted 63-pointers in a single regular season or playoff game. Even though it's just preseason, this persistent focus on long-range shooting clearly indicates how the team plans to be aggressive in this area. In their second game, the number of 3-point attempts dropped to 47, but still exceeded last season's average. Even though they weren't as efficient, 38.3% success rate, the volume of shots was enough for Boston to maintain offensive control. The Celtics bench could be the surprise factor. While all the spotlight shines on the Celtics starting 5, the bench should not be underestimated. Last season, Boston was one of 7 teams to score fewer than 30 points per game from their bench, but this depth is proving crucial in the preseason. Peyton Pritchard, for example, is on fire. The reserve point guard scored 21 points in the first game and followed that up with 14 points in just 16 minutes in the second. For a player who requested a trade in 2023, he is now hitting half-court shots in the 2024 finals and establishing himself as a key piece off the Celtics bench. Another name that shined was Sam Hauser, who signed a 4-year, $45 million extension. He hit 100% of his 3-point shots on Sunday and racked up 15 points and 8 rebounds in just 16 minutes. Whenever the starters aren't performing well, Pritchard and Hauser will be the necessary fuel to keep the team's momentum going. Rest remains a priority for Al Horford. Al Horford, one of the Celtics' most important veterans, didn't play in either of the 2 games in Abu Dhabi. The 38-year-old center is entering his 18th NBA season and, with Kristaps Porzingis injured, he'll likely be a starter for the next few months. In last year's preseason, Horford participated in 3 of the Celtics' 5 games. However, this time, coach Joe Mazzulla is being extremely cautious with Horford's playing time. With back-to-back games on October 12th and 13th, don't expect to see Horford play in both, as he is usually rested for consecutive games. The reason is simple. The Celtics know Horford will be essential throughout the season, and thus, they are preserving his physical condition. Meanwhile, players like Luke Kornet, Xavier Tillman Sr., and Neemias Queta are rotating to cover Porzingis' absence, but none of them have the experience and impact that Horford can offer. Hey Celtics fanatics! What do you think of this news? Leave your opinion in the comments, as it's highly valued.